you. Welcome, welcome, everybody.
Hi.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. We'll keep letting people in as they join. This will be recorded, and the slides will be shared with everybody. So there's a lot of slides linked to this. You will be able to have access to that once we send it out. Hi there. As you guys enter, please mute, and then you can unmute later to ask some questions. So this is the meet and greet. This is our school-wide kind of back to school, all the information you need to know on the high school side for the 2022-2023 school year. Once we introduce ourselves, talk about a few things school-wide, we will break out into college-specific rooms, and there your counselor or whoever's in there can help kind of go over specifics that you might need to know. You guys will be able to ask questions in there. There'll be Baker leaders in there as well that can help answer any questions you have, since the term is starting in just a couple days. So let's go ahead and get started. And Allison?
Yeah, so we just want to start by letting you guys know that we are on Instagram this year. We know that is for a lot of you and even your parents, something that you check regularly that doesn't take a lot of effort. And that's what we want. We don't want you to have to look for information. We want it to be easy for you to find. So this is where we're going to post upcoming events. We're going to share college application info and tips and scholarships and school information that we want you to know about. So take a second, if you have your phone on you, pull up Instagram, search for Baker Early College and follow us, because we want to make life easier for you. And this is one way how.
Could you put the handle in chat?
Will do.
Awesome. Thank you, Allison. Okay, we're just going to quickly go through so you guys can see some names to faces, match them up, and you'll see who's going to be communicating with you this year. I'll start since I'm on the top. I'm Corinne Brantner. I am the early college counselor for Clackamas and Lane. I also am helping run Baker leadership this year, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. So that's me. Rochelle, I'll go for her. She couldn't make it tonight, but she is our early college counselor for Lynn Benton and Chemeketa.
And I'm Jamie Leach. I have Central Oregon, a few in Lynn Benton with Rochelle, and then I have Rogue Community College, Southwest Oregon Community College on the coast, and then UCC Umpqua in Roseburg.
I'm Whitney Scott. I'm the school counselor for Portland Community College and Mount Hood Community College.
Hi guys, I'm Rob Williams and I'm with Blue Mountain Community College, Eastern Oregon University, Central Oregon Community College, and Oregon Coast Community College.
And Kimberly's trying to get in, so she'll be here in a second, but she is our admissions and billing and pretty much everything amazing person. And I'm Kate Saldana. I'm the principal of BEC, and it's nice to have you all here tonight. Thanks for joining us. All right. So a few reminders or maybe new information if this is your first year. Grade checks are something that we started last year. We started doing them monthly, and then we ultimately moved to doing just one midterm grade check. There is a tab at the bottom of your advising sheets that says grade checks. There are instructions on that to submit them. They're due by the end of the 5th week of each term. It's a pretty simple form of just screenshotting your grades in Canvas or Blackboard or whatever you use. And then if you can't get one that way, you can always email your professor to ask what your current grade is and upload a screenshot of them responding to your email. So that's one. We also this year are continuing with our reimbursement for career technical ed courses. So if you wanted to take something beyond 12 credits and it's something in the CTE world, which would be business, welding, art, anything like that, you can do that and have up to $500 reimbursed. We will also reimburse for SAT, ACT, CLEP, pretty much any of the tests. We will send out this slideshow when we're done, and you can just click this to link out to it. There's also a bunch of cool resources, including this at the bottom of your advising sheets. So you can always feel free to check there for this and other stuff too. Dual credit options are another way that you can take more than 12 credits if you would like. We started with 2 options last year, Writing 121 and Intro to Sustainability. We have those again this year, but we've also added a few more for winter and spring. So Writing 120, or sorry, Bio 101, Science 102, which is Earth Science, and then Chem 104. All 3 of those are 4 credits. Actually, the bio class is 5 credits. And our lab sciences, you can still sign up for those for winter and spring terms. They're taught by our teachers, but you get both high school and college credit. The dual credit options heading there is a hyperlink, and that will take you to the registration form for those as well. So advising sheets. This little section with the 3 columns is the resource section at the bottom of your advising sheets that has a lot of really good resources. So if you have a question, check there to see if there's an answer. There probably is, but if not, you can always email us. But a really good place to start. We also have a few more tabs at the bottom this year. So in addition to that midterm grade check tab, there are 2 more, or there will be soon for you. It's your high school and beyond plan. So if you started working on a high school and beyond plan with Allison or Jen last year, we're integrating it into your advising worksheet. So it will be there. If you have not started one because you're new or just didn't get to it last year, that's fine. Your advisor will be working with you on creating one or updating one as part of advising from now on. And then lastly, there is a learning agreement tab, which is basically it lays out expectations for everybody. So here are the things that you can expect from us. Here are the things that we expect from you as parents, and here are the things that we expect from you as students. Again, your advisor will go over that with you at your first advising in a few weeks, but it is there right now if you wanted to take a look. Yeah, I think that's all.
Perfect. And if you have an older advising sheet and don't have these links on there yet, you will. We're going to go through and update it all with the tabs at the bottom. So that should be done soon. So fall term is starting real quick. Monday is when most schools will start. Your counselor will send you your exact date. I know LCC has a holiday on that day, so they start later, and then PCC, I believe, starts later. So your counselor will send out exactly when you need to be ready to go. But here's just some important things to get you started. Make sure that you're thinking about so you're ready. All of you should have looked at this point at textbooks and what you're going to need for those classes that you're in. You should have a calendar system figured out. If you need help with this, please reach out to your counselor, because it gets to be a lot, especially if this is your first term. So make sure you have a system in place. I believe everyone was sent planners, so you at least have a planner you can use. I know a lot of people like to keep stuff on their phone or whatever. It's up to you. Just have some kind of system so you can keep everything straight, especially if you're in high school classes and college classes and you do sports and you're working. It's just a lot going on that you need to have it all written down. If you're going in person, which a lot of you are for fall, which is exciting. I feel like it's been a long time. Make sure you know where you're going, where your classes are. It's going to be a bit hectic that first week with a lot of people on campus. So if you can go kind of explore, just walk around before the term starts, that would be great. During your first week, I'm sure your counselors will all tell you this next week, read your syllabi that you get from all your classes, because this has everything you need to know for the term. If something doesn't make sense to you, you need to ask your teacher, because that is where they put everything: due dates, expectations, grading scale. Everything you're going to need is going to be right there. So if you can take the time to really read it, make sure you understand, and just put those dates in your calendar that first week, I think it's going to make for a lot easier term. Drop by office hours if your teacher has them. If they're online, they might be doing Zoom office hours. Some teachers still do that. A lot of them are back on campus, so they'll have certain days and times that they have their door open, or just send an email, something to get yourself introduced to them. If you have online classes or in-person classes, you need to be there that first week, log in, do everything you're expected to, or you could be dropped. Rob?
I'm up. Hi, guys. So if you have a 504 or IEP for high school purposes, there's accommodations or certain things that you might need in your college classes, like extended time, or other things that the professors can accommodate you with. Big thing with college is that it's self-advocacy. So it's you going to your professors versus, in high school, they come to you and they say, oh, you need this or this or this. So a lot of it is you telling the adults what you need to be successful in your classes. And there are processes for each community college to do that. So it's not a blanket, like your 504 IEP automatically transfers to whatever community college you're at. There's a process for each one. We can help you with that. And so reach out to your advisor or to your local community college SSD office for steps to complete that process. But in addition to that, there's also mental health counseling for any student. So you don't have to be on a 504 IEP, but if you have, anxiety, depression, transitions that happen throughout the school year, we're here to support you and want to help you through that process. So there's a referral form for that as well. And we just want to help you be successful in your, it's an adult learning environment. And we have some tools and tips and tricks to help you be successful there. So that's what I got.
Hi, everyone. If you came a few minutes late, you didn't see my face earlier. I'm Allison. I am the college and career counselor for Baker Early College. And really my main role is to provide you all with resources. So I am not the one you're going to meet with one-on-one to talk about colleges and careers necessarily. That is something that your advisor can do beautifully with you and would love to do with you as you plan out, what do I want to do after high school? And what can I do today to prepare for that future? So they are going to be your go-to human being. You are welcome to email me and ask for, for additional resources that might be helpful. But really my job is mass communication to you all. So if you weren't here at the beginning, I shared our Instagram handle. It's at Baker Early College. So that's where I'll be sharing some of the college and career info for you all, tips, tricks, and additional resources that can help you out through the college application journey. Speaking of the college application journey, hi seniors, if you're stressing, you're not alone, and I would love to welcome you all to come to a series of webinars that we'll be doing starting next week. So I'm not going to be hosting the one next week. That's actually going to be hosted by a lovely human named Jen Sadalino, who works with another organization, but she does this beautifully. She walks you guys through how to pay for college, how to do the FAFSA, what to expect afterwards, applying for financial aid in all different forms. What does it look like? So that one's going to be next Tuesday. Tuesday will be in English. Thursday will be in Spanish, the 27th and 29th respectively. And then throughout October, the rest of October, it's going to be me on Thursdays at 6 p.m. In my Zoom room. So those are the topics we'll be covering: college apps step by step, making the most of those essays, and how to get scholarships, how to get the most bang for your buck when it comes to applying for those. So I hope you can join me for those. I'll be sharing out the link to you all to my Zoom room and to Jen Satellino's webinars next week. In fact, that brings me back to the last slide. Another way that I communicate with you guys is through the college and career newsletters. Those are sent out once a month. I just sent September's last week. The rest of the school year, they'll go out usually the first week of the month. Those are sent through Parent Square this year. So if you did not get a college and career newsletter last week in your inbox, let your advisor know, and we'll make sure that we have your right email address. Hopefully, it's a whole big thing, but we'll work on it, making sure your right email address is in Parent Square, which is also Student Square. Check your email for those monthly, and then the website. So we actually have a website that we share with kind of our sister school, Baker Web Academy, and it's bcscollegecareer.com. I'll link it in the chat, but on there I have a calendar with upcoming college and career events. I have a blog with all kinds of topics that are important for the college career journey. I've got all sorts of organization tools to help you guys keep organized while you're applying to college. There's a lot of goodies on there. So I'll send out the link to that website, browse through it, check it out. And yeah, again, I'm here for those like general questions, but for your specific planning for your story and your journey, have fun with your advisor, making those high school and beyond plans.
Thank you, Allison. All right, I'm going to talk to you guys just a little bit about the Baker student leadership that we're starting this year and kind of what hopefully will come of it. I have been working with some leaders that were selected at each school. So we have 1 or 2 leaders at each school, and they're going to work closely with me and with each other to hopefully just get this whole student experience, peer-to-peer, increasing social aspects, just make BEC the best it can be. So I'll be meeting with them monthly. They'll be available to you guys if you have questions about school or you just want somebody to talk to. They're also going to help pair up the Baker Buddies. So a lot of you guys have filled out the form to be a Baker Buddy. And that reminds me, can someone in the team put the Baker Buddy sign up, just the general one, sign up in the chat, if you can find the link. Our Baker Buddies are going to be available at every school. So what that is we have veteran students who have been with us for 2 or 3 terms now. And then we have rookie students who are brand new this term that you guys are starting. So the rookies will be paired with veterans. I ask questions about common interests, what you are interested in school, so we can hopefully pair you up with a few different interests you guys have. Those will be paired up by the end of this week. I was wanting to make sure we had everybody who wanted to join submitted. So when we go to pair up, we have everybody listed. We don't have to try to fit people in later. So go ahead and sign up if you haven't. Your Baker Buddy, your Baker veteran is required to reach out once a week. So with whatever your preferred method is, text, email, whatever, they'll reach out, see how you're doing, see if you have any questions. That could be all you need, or you might want to reach out a couple times a week and just ask questions or whatever you need. It just allows you to know somebody in the program that's been through it. I find this really, really helpful, especially with everything on the college side. So a lot of the platforms, Moodle, Canvas, all of that, Blackboard that you guys are using, we don't have access to as counselors. So when I get certain questions, I don't know the answer. So I refer to Baker buddies, Baker leaders to really help walk you through, because they always know exactly what I'm talking about and can do it way faster. So there's the Baker buddies going on. We now have a yay or nay list for each school that will be added to at the end of each term. Some schools already had a form of this, so I've tried to just format it into, now they all look the same. So if you're going to different schools, you can look at the various lists and know what you're looking at. At the end of each term, your counselor will just send you a survey link where you're going to fill out what the class was, yay or nay, if you recommend it, some comments, and this goes on a master sheet for your school, and it's divided by subject. So if you're looking at social science classes to see which one is the best fit for you, you can look through all the social science classes that Baker students have taken. It's kind of our own little Rate My Professor. So that'll be linked to your guys' advising sheets, and you can actually access all of them for all the schools. So know that that's a live document, and it will get updated at the end of each term. And then social activities, we're really going to try to do a monthly social activity. I know certain regions that's going to be easier than others. So we'll have some remote options. We'll have some in-person options. I just want to let you know that that's a major goal for us for this year to offer that. So I'll be working with the Baker leaders on scheduling those, seeing what ideas they have. So if you guys have ideas, definitely share them with them so we can come up with some cool things to do this year. So that's Baker student leadership in a little nutshell. Kate, you want to do this one?
Sure, yeah. So high school options classes, some of you have taken these in the past, but they are available to all of you. They are for high school credit only, but if there is a class that you either don't want to take at the community college, if you want to do all of your Spanish credit through one of the high school classes instead of at the community college, you could do that through high school options. If you want to do PE through us instead of at the community college, you could do it through high school options. So we have a whole course catalog of the available classes. Right now, all of the dual credit classes and the high school options classes are in the pipeline process for NCAA approval and will hopefully be approved in the next month or so. Just throwing that out there for right now, they're not NCAA approved. If you would like to schedule one of these classes for next term or for a future term, just let your counselor know when you're meeting for advising. You can take these in addition to the classes that you're taking at the community college. You can do kind of a hybrid where you're doing half these, half college. You could do all of these. So we're really flexible for whatever is going to work best for you and your individual situation.
Awesome. Before we break out, I saw Kimberly popped in. Kimberly, do you want to introduce yourself?
I am having some major issues with my computer. I am so sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And so I apologize for that. So yes, I'm Kimberly. I've spoken to most all of you over the phone over the course of the last few months. Welcome. If you have any questions pertaining to billing or free and reduced lunch or book checks, I am still your girl. So please do reach out to me if you have any complications or issues with your accounts. I do want to mention, and this is primarily for our PCC students, that you will get a lot of emails over the course of the year that are generic, all-encompassing emails that will be stating to you that you'll be dropped from classes if your payment has not been made. And I just wanted to one more time rest assure everyone that we have a partnership with all of our colleges, and therefore all of our contracts are intact. Those are emails that are sent to all student body. So you can dismiss those. Just know that we do have your billing handled. If you are taking 12 credit hours or less, all tuition and fees are covered. If you are one of those students that has opted to go beyond 12 credit hours, definitely do reach out to me and I can assist you with how you need to make payments at your individual schools. So I hope to hear from some of you this year. I hope you have a great year. Sorry, I wasn't on here physically.
Thank you, Kimberly.
Thank you.
Okay. Now we are going to do our breakout rooms by school. So kind of gather all your questions, all your thoughts. We're going to do our breakout rooms into smaller groups. Baker leaders, make sure you introduce yourself so people can see who you are. And that's where you can ask the counselor that's in there any questions you might have. So let me pull that up right now. And you guys should see it now. Is everyone
If you're not
seeing
seeing it, it's in the bottom right, kind of where it says breakout rooms. Click that and then find your college and hit join.